宣布出来，希望啊。
Coming here is not a surprise but a shock, because I thought you were in New York, and then I find out he was out there gambling, making money. But that's okay. Thank you very much for this. Is the beauty of friendship. I want to thank Minister Mary Ng for being here, because I know she has a very, very busy schedule. For her to take this time out, I think it's a sign of great friendship that we've been working together. So I thank you for your support and your presence here. Kenny Wong, I tell you, we are not only a fellow professionals, of course belonging to the same profession, we're also good friends. Whether it is the Markham Scoville Hospital Foundation, where he sits with me as a foundation member, board of director, or whether it's a community thing. We are always there because I believe that this is how you build communities. This is how you build communities, by supporting each other. Francis Ewan is also an example of one of the hardest working person I know. It's just unbelievable. When there's a cause, when there's an issue, when there is a need, Francis is there. Just may have to make a call. So thank you, Francis. Michael is another story on his own. This is, I was expecting you to say U.S. man, but you didn't. But anyways, I have used that name when people don't understand when I say Khalid Usman, and they say, what? I say the U.S. man, and they understand right away. And that was a title that Michael gave me. So thank you, Michael. You've been a great friend, and thank you for showing up. I want to thank every one of you that is here, because I know that each one of you in your own right had a busy weekend, but you took the time out. Thank you, Greg. As a councillor in the city of Markham, I'm not going to repeat because a lot of it has been said, but I believe that Markham City is a growing city. When I came to Markham 35 years ago, Markham population was about 70,000 people. Today, it's 370,000 people. Today, it's the high-tech capital of Canada. It has an amazing future in terms of development. So when you talk about being on the council, it's not only looking after your constituents, but it's also looking after the business of the city, which is the most important. As a finance chair, when I was there before, there were a lot of issues. And by the time I finished, we were winning those awards for the city of Markham, the financial reporting awards, which we didn't have. And also, to help you out, Michael, TKT means Tamgha Khidmat, which was an award from the President of Pakistan. Second medal was from the Governor General of Canada, Ontario Medal of Good Citizenship. So, well, those are rewards which you feel great about, because somebody is accepting the work you have done. Personally, when my campaign came up with the slogan Community Builder, actually I was very, very happy, because that is exactly what I've been doing all my life. Nothing to do with this campaign, but all my life I love bringing communities together and building them, because this is how I see the future of this world. I see helping each other, supporting each other, so we can all prosper in this. Economically, same thing. We have to support each other, and the new immigrants that are coming in, we have to make sure that we get them the opportunities. Coming back to my campaign itself, you will, if you have gotten this card, you will see there are 4 major issues that we have identified that need support in Markham, in my area. The biggest issue I have is traffic congestion. And whether you're traveling east to west or you're traveling west to east, in the morning you'll be stuck. But as they say, when there's an issue, there's always things available to fix it. I have few suggestions which I want to implement. The biggest improvement that I believe, if you have traveled Denison, you know it ends up just east of Markham Road. But if we were to take that Denison and extend it up to the 9th line, most of the traffic that is coming on 14th Avenue and on Steeles will sort of go on to Denison, don't have to go there, and that will help ease the traffic problem. I'm just saying ease, that's only one. At the Steeles Avenue, finally, I remember when I used to be councillor, we've been negotiating with Toronto, and we've had issues, but finally, to bring this topic to a closure, the Steeles Avenue expansion, the environmental studies have been done. It is at the, I guess, design stage with Toronto. So with the new council coming in, whether it's 26 or whatever the number, they will approve the design. Once the design is approved, then they'll do the costing, because right now we don't know how much it's going to cost York Region to contribute. So I'm hoping that within the next year and a half to 2 years, we will have the cost, the allocation, and the ownership. This is so unfortunate that the ownership of Steeles Avenue is with Toronto, while most of the users are from the York Region. So they've been giving us a hard time. No intercity rivalry here, but I think we can work with them. So it's at design stage. I am hoping that in the next 2 to 3 years we will be building Steeles Avenue, and it's a 6-lane road all the way up to the Pickering boundary line. So what will happen is that will relieve a lot of pressure from the 9th line, from our 14th Avenue, with the traffic going east to west or west to east, will have a great relaxing time. Similarly on 14th Avenue, which is a third street going east-west, the intersection of Markham Road and 14th is one of the, in my mind, is one of the most dangerous. Because I stand there every morning waving at people, and I see, it only needs just small improvements, and that will alleviate the traffic congestion. What we need is turning lanes. Widen the turning lanes. Right now what happens is the traffic comes in from 2 lanes and ends up in 1 lane. So of course it's going to be a blockage. Doesn't need a scientist to figure that out. Even an accountant can figure out. So those are and also what I want to do is encourage bike lanes. I figured it out. There are 9 schools from near 14th Avenue, from McCammon Road all the way up to 9th line, or let's say the Donald Cousin Parkway. There are 9 schools. Every morning, 9 school kids are dropped by parents, and in the afternoon they're picked up by parents. They're on the road. So what I want to encourage is build a cycle path on 14th Avenue so the students can bike themselves. They don't have to take the parents and the cars. That'll help the environment, that'll help the traffic. So those are some of the suggestions. I may have bored you with the details, but I think they're important. I think we need somebody to think it through as to how to not just say I have an issue, but also say, what am I going to do when I get in there? Similarly, we have issues with marijuana. Even though it's going to be legal, but in the city of Markham, I'm one of them who has voted for the provincial government, wanted us to be the first one to have a sale point, and we said no. The biggest issue is having sales point close to schools. Having sales point, now when the issue was of having it controlled sales through LCBO or an organization like that, that was great, because at least then there was some control. But tomorrow, a Mama Baba shop can open up next to a school and start selling there. It's not that they will, there is going to be. So one of the things I'm saying is I do not want, even if we have to, I don't want it close to schools. I don't want it close to the parks because that's public park, and I don't want it for youth under 19, and that's a law. That's a federal law. Nobody can do it. But when you do it near the schools, you can't control it. So that is an issue that is propping up. That's going to be very important for me. And there's a petition going on right now that I think I'm going to be signing, which also says the same similar thing, that we do not want any sales, I guess, stores close by in Markham. I also are committed to have affordable housing. And that's where we need our two friends, the federal and the provincial government, because they are the ones with the money, right? It is a need of the seniors. In Markham, we don't have really senior centers because this is a new growing community, while Toronto has hundreds of them, but we don't. The ones that we have are the older ones, and the accessibility is very difficult. As you can see, if somebody ends up with long-term care, there's a 6 to 9 month wait with CCAC. Anybody who's familiar or have senior parents will find. But we're talking about much more than just long-term disability. We're talking about normal living for seniors, where it should be affordable. So something that I'll be working with the federal government and the provincial government to get the funding, because I remember there was a program a long time ago whereby it was funded three-way, and there was some affordable housing that was built. As a matter of fact, there's one next to my office that was built, and it's doing fabulous, because there are a lot of people that who could not afford are living there now. So there are lots of issues that I want to undertake. I'm committed. The reason why I'm saying that is that I'm not running for the sake of running. I have a track record, I have the experience, and I have the knowledge. I want to put all these three to work. And the best thing is, I have the commitment and the desire to serve the community. And that's what I'm trying to do. Ask that please help me get elected so that I can serve you. That's the only way I can do to serve you, if you help me get elected. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. As I started to explain to you, the reason why I want to run. Why I want to run is to serve. I don't need to earn money. I can earn much more being a chartered accountant itself. I have a lot of experience in the community, and this can be vouched by another chartered accountant. The amount of time I spend in the community, I can be making money. But that is not what I'm here for. I make enough money. All right. So I make enough money out there. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's my passion. I want to serve the community. Even when I was a councillor, that I served the community to the best of my ability, and my mayor that has just walked in will vouch for that how hard I work, number one. Number two, the two times you did mention, yes. One time I ran for region, and that was a time when Tony Wong came back from MPP and ran on the last day. So that was a shock. But regardless, I lost by about 500 votes in a region. I did get more than 17,000. The next time I ran in the same council, seat as Ward 7. And yes, I did lose, but it doesn't matter. Let me tell you who the winners are. Winners are those who are committed and believe in something and strive for it and work hard for it. So these little things do not matter in the system. And there's a saying, little battles, etc. on the way, you lose some or you win some, doesn't matter. It's a war that you got to win.
Great.